Hello, hello, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today. Kudos to you for deciding to spend some time with us today at the end of 2025, right in the middle of plannings and closing the quarter and the year, to learn something new that will help you to build a strong foundation for 2026. The reason we're talking about this topic today is that we've spoken to hundreds of CMOs and operation leaders in chains and franchises this year. And we kept hearing from them the same thing, that we know that our reviews aren't where they should be. And also we looked at the data and we see exactly that response rates, reply quality, and locations activity are inconsistent across locations, and that there is a growing gap between top and lower performing locations. And in 2026, we know that this becomes a risk. Reviews are trust signals not only for humans, but also for LLMs, Google AI overviews, and ChatGPT. And most networks cannot keep the signals of their locations being active consistent at scale with the current systems that they have. So today we're going to share what chains and franchises that succeed already do something differently, and how to prepare your review management system for 2026. Quickly, introductions about who we have here today speaking. Meet my co-host and speaker, Roxy Badoun. She is our head of product and customer success. She's building an AI, and actually what AI should look like for multi-location and local marketing. And she makes sure our customers succeed with it, and preferably doing so with her favorite cup of tea. And I'm Daria Alen, and CMO of Promo Republic. I lead marketing and build communities that create human connection across this industry, all while hunting for the next perfect perfume. And for those who don't know about Promo Republic and why we're talking about review management, AI, and multi-location marketing today, a bit of context. So Promo Republic supports more than 110 franchise and multi-location brands and over 25,000 locations, with the mission to make local marketing activated across locations. We know that most chains already have tools, but execution of local marketing still breaks down at the location level. Especially, we noticed that around reviews. We know that time and visibility is limited both for HQ and for local operators. And consistency and execution often depends on some top performing heroic locations. And we know that in 2026, it becomes a real brand risk because local level signals, they shape the whole visibility of the brand. So that's why we think that it's important to bring review, social listings, and analytics into one platform. And Promo Republic is exactly this one command center. So a corporate office can set standards, stay in control, automate routines, and see what's happening, while local teams get a simple way to execute on local marketing or review management. And this quarter, we launched the app that's most relevant for today's challenges, our mobile app with an AI assistant built in. It's built for HQ, for franchisees, and for local operators. Please think of it as a brand-safe review and local marketing coach in your pocket that helps to draft on-brand responses, understand how to perform better, and be consistent without adding any workload to HQ. If you want to see how this could look like for your franchise or chain, please scan the QR code on the slide and book a call with our team. Okay, a bit lots of introductions today, but let's dive into what we're going to talk about today, that we'll cover today. And let's keep it practical. So first things first, we'll share the key learnings about reviews from the State of Local Visibility report. Second, we will break down the operational model that matters for review management in 2026. And third, we'll walk through AI-powered review management workflows that are available at Promo Republic and you will learn how you can apply it for your chain. Roxy, did you want to add something? Sorry.
Yeah. Just seeing in the chat, this call will be recorded and we'll share the recording at the end. But thank you, Daria.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah, it's housekeeping notes. It will be recorded. We will send it. And yeah, thank you. That's it, probably. That's the most important stuff to mention right now. Okay. So let's start with the first point before we go deeper into overall review management workflows and the system for 2026. We want to ground the conversation today with the research behind it. So next month, we're releasing the state of local visibility, our analysis of what actually drives discovery for multi-location brands in the AI era. We analyzed over 10,000 locations across more than 100 networks, plus enriched it with qualitative input from our conversations with marketing and operations leaders across the US, Canada, and Australia. The research covers reviews, listings, and social, and how each component influences both AI discovery systems and human decisions. So today you'll get a sneak peek focused on reviews. And if you want early access to the full report, put plus in the chat to express your interest, and we will know that you're interested, and we will send it as a part of our early access program. And what we're seeing in data, the truth behind it, is that for franchises and chains who didn't change their operating models, didn't upgrade the way they adapt for the AI era, local visibility broke for them. And the biggest shift, what we saw, is that inactivity online of a location is no longer a neutral signal. Inactivity itself became a ranking signal. For instance, if when a location goes quiet for 30 or 90 days, for 30 to 90 days, sorry, we often see a 20 to 40% decline in customer actions, like calls, clicks, and direction requests from GVP profiles, for example. Even more, like if this inactivity goes far beyond 180 days, like a half a year, the risk increases, so locations start to get deprioritized and excluded from AI-generated local results. Second thing is that response velocity and on-time consistent responses have become primary inputs into visibility. And third is that manual and human-led workflows just simply cannot keep up with the expectations and all these changes at scale. So that's why we are reframing overall the challenge about local visibility and how manage reviews in this new era. Is that in 2026, local visibility is an operating model problem that you have to solve with the system that produces consistent behaviors. The shit that makes this urgent in 2026 is that reviews aren't just feedback anymore for Google, just for Google business profiles or for people. They're trust signals that are evaluated by two audiences at once. Humans looking for authenticity and responsiveness, nothing changed here. They still want to trust you and choose the best business for themselves that resonates with their values. They want to see that the brand shows up like real people, especially in negative contexts or experiences or moments. At the same time, LLM systems like Google AI overviews, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, LLM-style assistants are evaluating also from their perspective, with the question, who maintains the cleanest, the most reliable, the most active entity across every location? And AI systems are summarizing and comparing these options across all the brands that are available at once at scale. And the simplest way to think about the signals, what drives that drive visibility in 2026 is is the following. Visibility is the outcome of behavior of your locations online. It's expressed through your signals at the same time across all locations, across all channels. So across our data, the learnings that we saw, that 6 drivers show up consistently. Review velocity and recency, response speed and coverage, listing completeness and accuracy have the highest impact on whether your location is showing up or your brand shows up or not. Content freshness through posts and photos and updates, category and service precision have medium impact, and behavioral signals like clicks, calls, and direction requests are actually rising and are predicted to be to have high impact moving forward. Another important change to call out, historically we know that star ratings were something that was the one of the most impactful signals. Brands were obsessed over how we get from 4.3 to 4.6. That still matters, but the weight is shifting. So what's replacing the star rating is review velocity and recency, because AI prioritizes fresh and continuous review activity. And from ratings perspective, you have to be good enough, like over 4.0. And the critical point for 2026 is that generative models don't evaluate location by location before choosing the business the way humans do. You're not optimizing for a single channel, for like Google, like Yelp, or anymore. You're optimizing for human trust and machine trust simultaneously across all locations and channels that are relevant in your industry. Because LLMs, they aggregate and summarize patterns at scale. That means that a few underperforming locations, slow responders, inconsistency can influence your whole brand and how it's represented across the whole ecosystem. Yeah, I think, Roxy, the stage is yours.
Yeah, maybe I'll share my screen. Thank you, Daria, for your intro and the intro to the visibility report that is coming, or state of industry report that is coming next year. There was a lot of work done behind it, and there were a lot of insights that helped us to create the operational model for 2026 based on the data insights, but also based on what we discussed with our clients, with market, what works, what's not working, and what should shift in 2026 to make it work, to make it functional. So in 2026, reviews performance now depends on three things: speed and coverage for machine trust, authenticity and relevance for human trust, and consistency across every location for brand trust. Brand trust was not something that existed before, but that is very important for franchise and multi-location brands. So the question now isn't which tool should we use. The real question is what operating model lets you respond fast, stay on brand, and do it across hundreds of locations without adding additional workload, which is always the question, but now it's more critical because it impacts not only one location, but it impacts the brand as a whole. Once you set back from tools and features, review management really comes down to three operating models. The first one is centralized. Centralized model where consistency is possible at scale. There is lower variances and strong brand control. It's often required in regulated industry, high-risk environments, or brands where tone, compliance, and legal exposure really matters. The trade-off is here speed. Centralized teams can become bottlenecks if the system isn't designed for volume and velocity. The second model is decentralized. Here, locations respond directly. This delivers speed and local context. Responses feel more authentic because they know from the people what the customer wanted, what experience did the customer get, and they can connect to that. But decentralization only works when the system provides strong defaults, strong saved replies, strong guidance. Without guidelines, quality drifts, coverage drops, and brand consistency erodes very quickly. What is important is that most brands really operate one of these models today, but they didn't choose it deliberately. It evolved over time. Someone added access, someone removed oversight, someone assumed training would scale, and suddenly you are running centralized model, but it was your brand was never designed to do that. You don't have people to do that at scale all the time. But high-performing brands are very intentional here. They understand which model they are operating. They design workflows, ownerships, and controls around what's reality. In the most cases, they don't stop at one extreme. They move towards a hybrid model where the government stays centralized, but execution stays local. And this is the model that helps a lot because it's not full automation and it's not full local control. It's deliberately designed for hybrid operating models. At scale, review management fails when everything depends on human reacting on time, response velocity drops, coverage becomes uneven, the location goes silent. That's what we typically see. And in today's search environment, the silence is no longer neutral. It interprets as a low engagement. High performance solved this by clearly separating the responsibility. HQ owns the system. That includes brand guidelines, response standards, escalation logic, performance KPIs. Location never know what they should achieve and how fast they should respond, and should they respond at all. HQ also automates the majority of predictable interactions. Typically, 70 or 80% of reviews are easy to review responses are easy to automate. And monitoring operational health across the network, that what helps you understand what is automatable. Locations focus on remaining 20 to 30% where human judgment actually adds value. Complex feedbacks, emotionally challenged reviews, the service recovery where local context matters more than speed alone. And AI is not replacing either side. It acts as an enforcement and coordination layer. It ensures brand consistency, response speed, and coverage without increasing workload. It also prevents from two most common failure modes we see: approval bottleneck at HQ level and inconsistency and delayed responses at the location level when you need to sit and create a response and you don't know where to start. The hybrid model is what enables continuous activity across all the location. It bursts of engagement, no campaign-driven responses that we see are not working because it's not consistent. Sustained predictable behavior, the kind that search and AI system now reward. So you do it on a continuous basis. You have this recurring task to respond to reviews. You have the automation that does it on a continuous basis. It's not one-off activity anymore. The outcome isn't just better review management, it's operational resilience. No silent locations, no brand drift, no visibility decays without adding the headcount. The most brands still try to fix review performance by training, more playbooks, more webinars, more reminders, but the problem is not effort, it's fragmentation and inconsistency. So once you've chosen the model you go with, there is a system that you need to have in place in order to make it work. We designed 5 components that especially support the hybrid operating model. It starts with one inbox across all location and review channels, so nothing gets missed. That's very, very critical. Coverage is no longer optional. The next one is context-aware rules determine what needs human attention and what can be automated. A 5-star reviews without any text can be automated, and 1-star complaint should never follow the same workflow. Then AI draft replies inside brand guidelines. not generic templates, but context-aware suggestions that protect non-required elements and restricted language. That helps locations to respond faster, but also at them like this basic level that they can use to other local context. Automatic escalation to prevent inactivity. You want to know that there are some reviews that sit unanswered, or there are some spikes going on. You want to understand what's happening in the system. And in AI ranked local search, silence is not a negative signal. So you want to make sure that there are no negative spikes across the board. And the final is dashboard and AI assistant that close the loop. HQ sees response velocity, coverage, the risks in real time, and can act immediately. What we'll do now, we'll go through Slido, but also the platform to see what actually helps our customer to get the system running. So let's start with the foundation, one inbox for every location and every review channel. It sounds basic, but it's where the most brands regain time and consistency immediately. When reviews are fragmented across different channels, the real cost is delayed response, missed review, and inconsistent coverage. The unified inbox removes this friction. It turns review response into repeatable workflow instead of scavenger hunt. Because you know the reviews, you can set up the workflows. You see them being not responded. It delivers value at two levels. For the network, it improves response speed and coverage because work is visible and manageable. For HQ, it provides the visibility across every location. What is answered, what is overdue, where is negative sentiment, and where risk is building without waiting for reports in a month or having escalation. And in 2026, that matters because slow response coverage become a visibility problem, not just reputation problem. This inbox is the control plan that protects trust signals across the entire network. Let me know whether you see my screen. No? Awesome. So within the platform, we have a review reputation manager where you can see all of the reviews that are coming to all of your locations. What you can do here, you can go and see all of them, scroll through all of them. You can filter out by your segments if you have areas that you're looking at. Or if you're checking certain locations, you can create a segment just to check your group of locations. You can save them for the future and work with that. If they have area manager or location manager managing their own location, they have own view with all of their channels and all of their reviews in one place. They can come on the platform, set a custom time frame, see what happened in the last 30 days, or check what happened this year. Do we still have unresponded reviews? Filter what was unreviewed where we don't have responses, and move from there. And you can already see pre-generated AI replies here that will help you to respond faster by approving and replying, or editing the response, editing the context if we have some context here, or rejecting it, or using saved reply that head office created for us. So we have this system provided to the end users where they can just accept and go, and it's brand compliant because it's based on the brand guidelines that brand provided. I'll switch back to the slides to go further to each element, but we'll be switching back to the platform to see how it actually works. So the context-aware rules and automation is a very important part because it gives us understanding what will happen if review is not responded. What is the logic set behind this? Head office can set up the logic if there is no responses for 72 hours, we still have reviews covered. There are still responses going on, and there is still consistency at scale. So the logic adapts based on actually what matters: platform, location, response times, thresholds, star rating, as we did in the past. This is how coverage is maintained automatically across all of the locations. So you give time for your locations to respond, but you make sure that there is still workflow if nothing happens. This workflow enforces the operating model. The leverage here is critical. Human efforts is reserved for exceptions, not volume. Someone went for holiday. There are no responses. System has you covered. System handles prioritization and routing. So team focuses on service recovery, escalation, and high-risk engagement, and everything that matters in the context. How it works, we have reply assistant in the platform, and here you can preset up different roles. Is pretty easy. We have a bunch of rules preset up for our location, but we'll create a new rule. When we create a new rule, we name the rule 5-star reviews in our case. Let's go with that. We can select the pages that we want this response go to. It can be Facebook, Google, any page that you have connected. Let's select all of the Facebook pages. We select the trigger, star rating, 5-star reviews. Let's say we give 3 days for our team to respond because we know that there are reviews that have a lot of context from the customers. So we want them to be responded with authenticity. And we want to automate everything. Doesn't matter whether it has text or not, but I would suggest if it's just a rating, automate everything because you don't know the context. So you can set up different rules and go with time saving right away. And a lot of industries have just star rating reviews without the text and the context. And this part you should have responded but not focus on. Then you have saved replies. You can create new saved replies if you don't have anything preset up. You can generate them based on your brand guidelines and set it for all of the location or certain locations. We'll use some of the pre-generated replies and we'll rotate them whenever the reply that follows the rule comes. Save and you have the responses live. That is pretty simple and easy. At the Promo Republic, we have a structure that we typically recommend to the industries. If you are interested in this, please let us know and we can share it with you. The third part is personalized AI drafts within the brand guidelines. What is important here is that your brand has the roles and the tone of voice and everything that is the basics for AI to generate replies that we've seen on the platform. Instead of expecting franchisees to remember a PDF, brand rules are defined once centrally, tone required elements, restricted phrases, escalation triggers, all embedded into the system. The system knows what services you offer and the context and the messaging of your brand. AI then helps to apply those rules dynamically to each review based on rating, sentiment, context of the review, context of the location. This is not templates. Templates break the moment context changes. These are generated responses that adapt to the situation and to the brand parameters. And the result is brand consistency without slowing the response speed. Local teams can respond in a minute and replies are still feel aligned, safe, and on brand without HQ approving each and every reply. So when we go back to the system and we've checked them before, we have replies proposed by AI Composer. So for for the locations, it's pretty simple. Rule just to go to the platform, see what wasn't reviewed from the new reviews, approve the reply, or if they want to adjust the reply, adjust it a bit by editing or rewriting the reply. You can rewrite it. It will take the context, give you different view on the suggested response, approve and reply. Usually it's pretty simple. You just go hit all of the approved while going through, and in a couple of minutes you have all of the reviews covered, and you can run and do your other tasks. The fourth part is automatic escalation emails. They are important because you at the head office want to understand how many reviews are coming, how many of the reviews are unanswered, or if there is some emergency happen, if there is a spike of reviews and you didn't launch any campaign, there is nothing special happening, and compared to previous period of time, you all of a sudden got way less reviews or a lot of reviews. You want to check what's going on, what are reviews about, or if there are no reviews, you want to check whether all of automations are working. You're still requesting those reviews. And the biggest issues we've observed across multi-location brands was the inactivity when went unnoticed until visibility had already declined. And as Daria mentioned, it takes a while to recover the visibility. And as in 2026, one location can impact the whole brand. It's important to check that all of your locations are consistent and they are doing their work. And teams didn't ignore reviews on purpose. They simply didn't see the risk early enough, and automatic escalation closed the gap. It's continuously monitor response gap across platforms and surfaces issues before delays come in and become ranking signals and before a visibility drops. So here it's important that you receive communications and you see all of the signals that you can act upon. And the last but not least element is dashboards and AI. Most teams already have dashboards. The problem is that dashboards alone don't change the outcome. What breaks in multi-location setup is the gap between seeing the problem and knowing what to do next. Dashboards and AI system work together to close the gap. We consolidate, review performance across all locations into single operational view, and visibility, response rate, response time, then are covered. These aren't vanity metrics. It's the same signal local algorithms evaluate continuously. And the benefit of AI assistant is that it translates those signals into clear explanation and recommended actions, location-specific, not generic advice. You don't just see the store 17 is underperforming. You are told why and what actions will restore visibility fastest. And it gives recommendation to boss U and store 17 to solve those issues on a different level. And decision-making becomes operational, not analytical. So you just need to do and execute it. That's how brands scale visibility without scaling headcount. So when we go to the platform, we have analytics in place and we have reputation insights where we can see what happens with all of the locations in our brand. We can dive deeper and see the segment or certain pages and locations, how they are behaving. And location insights, we can see in general, what is the share of reviews for our network? What is the distribution between star rating? What is reputation by state, but also by location? What location locations are performing well, what locations are not getting reviews, and don't have them covered. And in review performance, you can see number of reviews, average response rate, response time. You can see how the new reviews are coming. Do you get more reviews or less? What happens with rating, even though it's less of priority, but you want to control what happens with review rating. Do you get a lot of positive reviews, or there is some negative sentiment is going on and you want to check it from operational standpoint? What causes the negativity? Do we have issues with the service or with the pricing or people or anything that is relevant to your business? You want to control the response rate and response time across the board. That's when you love to go to the analytics. But in a lot of cases, we are, I guess, willing to get more help from AI in the current stage. And I'll go through one of the chats that I have. We go and check what location didn't actually respond properly in the last year or last month. Whenever you are working on your report at the head office level, you can see what happened across the board and what was the speed of response to negative, positive reviews, anything that is relevant to your business. And knowing your strategy and given the context, AI can help you with your strategy, how to automate response, how to set alerts that will help you to get those emails and spikes to see what is, if review is not responded, set protocols and set a system that is working across the board. What is important here, you can do that on the recurring basis. You don't need to wait for months to see results. You can see on a weekly basis what happened last week. Do we have any issues? Even though you receive spikes and all the context, but you can do that on mobile, on the way somewhere. Checking those questions are very helpful, and it helps because you don't need to go to the dashboard and you don't need to analyze the system, and you can get a help on how to solve the problem and how to set it up within the platform so it's easy and workable in place. And I guess we'll go to one of the cases that we have in Promo Republic. This case matters here before because it shows how local visibility becomes an operating problem at scale. Property Guys had strong brand awareness across 54 locations, but review execution was inconsistent. Responses took days and weeks. The coverage depended on individual manager at the location, and HQ had no real-time signals of what was happening locally. In 2025, that breaks visibility. AI ranks local search reads inactivity as low relevance. Where reviews aren't unanswered quickly and consistently, locations don't just lose reputation, they lose map visibility and demand. And in multi-location world, it also impacts the brand and other locations' performance. The shift wasn't asking location to work harder because they had playbooks, they had resources. It was to change operationally. So Promo Republic centralized reviews into one system, enforced response rules and brand guidelines, and gave HQ visibility into execution quality. Locations still handle customer conversations, but the system removed inactivity by default. So if locations keep something, there is an automation behind. If there is some issue, there are alerts that head office receives across all of the locations, so they know where the issue is and can solve it immediately without waiting for months. The operational discipline drove the results. faster responses, higher coverage, stronger behavioral signals. So the measurable growth in maps visibility and conversion. More views, more traffic, and more people actually using the service. And it isn't a review story, it's operating model story. And that's why it works. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you for listening to our intro to the visibility report coming next year. And we hope that it was helpful for you and you learned something new about operating models and how everything works.
Let us know if you have any questions in the chat. We will get back to you with their answers very soon. And yeah, hopefully your 2026 is going to be a blast, and with the right systems in place that will support your visibility. If you have any questions, or if you want a tailored session for you to understand which model will work for you best and how to actually apply everything that you've seen and everything that we taught you today to your brand or to your organization, please use the link in the chat to book a call with our consultants so we can see how it could work for you. And yeah, thank you very much for your time today. Roxy, thank you for a great demo. Let's keep in touch and talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.